What's going on, everybody? Happy Thanksgiving week. And as you can tell by the title of today's video, we're going to go over a trade recap of roughly $2,000 profits, like 1952, across the my funded futures accounts. And here they are right here. Haven't traded the 150 yet. I have a different setup for that. But first thing I want to say is that you single-handedly cannot trust the NASDAQ as it approaches all-time highs. You cannot trust the NASDAQ at all. You cannot trust the NASDAQ, especially on holiday weeks, and today was very indicative of that. So we're going to go over the trade, and I actually have the trade pulled up right here. You can see the P&L. Bought at 57, sold at 67 as it came right into the zone here. And actually, I actually missed this entry because, let me get these here to reset. Okay. I was watching the 2-minute time frame. But before, you know what, before we jump into the trade, let's go over the macro picture first for the day. So I have all of my time frames pulled up here on the right-hand side, the left-hand side of the screen. So we've got the 4-hour, and then we have the daily chart. So both NASDAQ and S&P putting in another green day, even though this price action has been atrocious, especially these past 2 days with them being both inside candles has not been fun. But if we're looking at the 15 and the 5 minute on the NASDAQ, I mean, virtually all day, all morning, you've had this range here. And I figured that we were going to be range bound anyways because of the holidays. This was the news candle right here, just completely obliterating accounts, drawdowns, theta if you're trading options. I mean, the time decay has just been brutal. But I mean, you can see here on the 15-minute, we actually retested this resistance that now has turned into support. We're seeing a little bit of a push up. But the point is, price action overall has been very inside, very choppy. So what I was looking at today was I wanted to keep my entries quick and my exits just a little bit quicker as well, because I cannot trust NASDAQ. I mean, the way this thing wicks out, as you guys know, it is very tricky to trade. And that is why if you are a new trader, do not touch the NASDAQ with a 500-foot pull, because it's going to freak you out, it's going to trip you out, and it's going to make your trading journey a little miserable in the beginning, which is why you should stick to the ES here. Moves a little bit slower and has a little bit more of a uniform movement to it than the NASDAQ does. But I digress. Let's jump into the trade and where I actually missed this trade itself. So here I am on the 2-minute. This was my entry and exit here. And what I overall was looking for was a breakout trade, which I ultimately got. And I had this zone marked out previously from this candle here where we thought we were going to retest. 100% should have held into it. Lost a lot, didn't lose money, but left some money on the table for sure. But nonetheless, hindsight is 2020, so we're not trading that way. But this was not my ideal entry, and that resulted in me watching the 2-minute time frame when I should have been watching the 1 minute. I like to watch the 2 minute to cut out a lot of the noise, but ultimately the best entry was a few minutes before right here. And I did obviously missed this right here. I obviously missed this because I was not watching the 1 minute. I would have straight up bought right here or right here, testing this candle with this inefficiency, fair value gap, whatever the heck you want to call it, and rode the ride up that way. So you can see the difference in the chart between the 1 minute and the 2 minute in terms of missing an entry. Now, sure, you could say, well, if you just translate it, this is a little bit of a double bottom and a push up. That is true. Was not comfortable taking that trade as it was below VWAP. You'll notice this pin bar candle here, a little bit better when it comes to holding VWAP and giving us somewhat of a buy signal. So that's my bad on this entry here. Nonetheless, it's green. But overall, when we're looking at the MACD that you'll notice right down here on the bottom where our entry is, we started to see the volume increase, and I should have held. But again, cannot trust the NASDAQ on this holiday trading. I mean, look at this. We've been respecting the standard deviation somewhat, but these wicks are enough to make you want to pull your hair out or at least get some gray hairs. So I know this video is short, not that exciting because the profit isn't too crazy, but on days like this and weeks like holiday weeks such as this one, might not even trade tomorrow. We'll be watching and being very patient. But nonetheless, just trade safe out there, guys. Protect your risk. And other than that, comment down below any questions and how you guys did on the day. And other than that, we'll see you guys in the next video.